welcome back to the Wrestling Bubble. This is your NXT review,
with Anna.
and I'm Richard. Uh, let's first of all, how'd you feel about this NXT episode? Just
It
the
wasn't as boring as last week, in my opinion, because it added some type of like heated thing, like drama into it this time, such as you had Wesley confronting D'Angelo about his family, like, oh, why aren't you, teasing him why he's not in the battle royal because his family basically is like scattered all over the place. So you have that drama, and then now you have Jada Parker back in the mix against Carmen Patrick
hold
Fist and
on, hold
Thea.
on, hold on. All right, you said it wasn't as boring as last week's, right?
Yeah, last week was a snore fest.
Listen, I thought this show was excellent.
Uh-huh.
This was the best show of the week.
So far, because we haven't seen Friday yet.
Look, I won't hold my breath on that one. Like SmackDown, it was all right last week, but like NXT this week, this is the developmental brand,
Yeah, because
and it's man, like this episode was really good from start to finish, in my opinion.
okay.
I mean, it all. Let me see. So we started off with a couple backstage segments, like you
Right.
were saying, and what was the first match? It was the tag match, right? Hank and Tank versus, or it was the
6-man tag team match.
yes. Okay. So you got Hank and Tank and Joe Henry versus the Dark State, right?
Yep.
It was a good match. Honestly, there was like really nothing memorable about it except Trick Williams coming out towards the end of the match.
And yeah, that's the only thing to me that I highlight the match, because I'm still not really interested in a Dark State right now. They're not really doing nothing for me to be like, oh my gosh, Dark State can't stand it. Right now I'm just like, oh my gosh, Dark State, get off TV.
Yeah, and they won the match.
Yeah.
They did that Shield Powerbomb move that they do, and
it looks ridiculous.
but yeah, I don't know. I guess we just have to give it time when it comes to Dark State. But I'm not really impressed so far. Like, usually when a new group shows up, either they're gonna
leave a statement.
Yeah, it's like either they're gonna like there's gonna be something about them that's just like really cool, or they're gonna be like really aggressive and like brutal, like rule with an iron fist type of group. Dark State is, I don't know, I can't take them serious.
No.
I really can't. But yeah, and after this, well, we got like a couple more backstage segments.
Yeah, with Jada Parker and Carmen Patrick Fist and Thea
Yeah,
Hale.
to set up a match with Carmen and Jada later on.
Right, because that, honestly, I like that segment. I like that they're showing Carmen having a different attitude in a way. Because you have Jada Parker, pretty much teasing Carmen. And then Carmen's like, weren't you the one that was in a fatal four-way and choked?
Right.
Because it's like Jada Parker's always so close and never can finish the story.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But we'll get to that, the results of that later on. So, oh yeah, in that segment, Thea Hale popped in, right?
Yeah,
Towards
basically trying to defend Carmen.
Right. And Jada's like, oh, you think you're a grown woman and you still a little girl, basically.
We had a match with Zaria with Sol Ruka versus
Kelani Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a decent match. Like, actually, that was a good match. That was like the first good match of the night.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like that's like kind of what woke up the crowd and like really started the momentum for the night. So, let me see. Kelani Jordan and Zaria, like, there was some big moves, and there was like
some
there was like a lot more aggression from
I think Zaria did.
Yeah, she kind of like dominated most of the match. Kelani would like kind of do some cool moves here and there or whatever, but it was like that in what was the last sequence of moves where Zaria spears Kelani Jordan through the barricade on the outside.
Yeah.
And it just looked nasty because, like, you don't always see that on NXT.
No.
So after
Zaria
hitting her with
came
the
a long
spear,
way.
yeah, like Zaria kind of like hulked up and she hit her with the F5. Like, and I kind of like the way she does the F5, like with smaller people. Like she just she just tossed her in the air. Like it actually looked really good.
And then like you see, they're slowly teasing Zaria probably gonna turn on Soruka because she wants that title.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like she hulked up. Like you could tell she was just like she was feeling it. And then Soruka comes in the ring and holds her hand up like because she won the match.
Right.
And Zaria still like pumped like, and then she eventually kind of looks at, oh, it's Soruka, and she kind of relaxes. But I mean, that could be something interesting brewing right there. Yeah. All right. We all know that it's going to end up being Zaria versus Soruka, but eventually, but how we get there.
The teaser is who's going to turn on who is what people are saying. Some people prefer Soruka because it's unexpected.
Yeah, I would love if Soruka went heel, full heel. You already see her dressing different and stuff like that, so it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. I would like to see Soruka go heel.
I think what's going to happen is Zaria defends or she like has maybe 2 more matches against people who want a shot at Soruka's belt. And I think that's when it's like maybe when it's like a number 1 contender match, whereas if Zaria also wins, then she'll get a shot. So then you have Soul costing Zaria the match
in some accidental
something
way.
Like that. Yeah, something like that where she blows Zaria's title shot, and then as a result, that's what really kicks off the rivalry between them, the feud. Yeah,
the questioning.
Yeah, like I think that'll be good because Zaria really hasn't been in anything up to now.
Yeah,
so this will be good.
Yeah, I can see her going big. But after that match, we have the Battle Royal number 1 contender to go against Oba Femi at Battleground.
This was probably the best thing on the show. This was like, this could have been main event if it.
No, remember, before the Battle Royal, we had Miles Osborne talking with his NQCC group about the Battle Royal, and then Charlie acting a little different.
Yeah, that was cool. Like, that was cool. What they end up doing was before the actual Battle Royal started, you saw like different teams showing up in the parking lot, and you saw a couple people backstage, like no quarter catch crew. Like Charlie Dempsey's basically it's a weird angle that's happening with them. It's almost like Judgment Day.
Right.
Like Charlie Dempsey is basically Finn Balor, and the other guys, Dominic and Carlito, I guess,
or JD. Yeah,
you're just interchangeable. But like Charlie Dempsey is he was like asking, "Are you guys focused? You sure?" Right?
Right.
And they're pumped. Like they are ready.
Because it doesn't matter who wins, it's just as long as one of them.
Yeah, it's like while Charlie was away, like they got focused.
Yeah.
And specifically Miles.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you could see them setting up like we're both on the same page, but I don't know about you, buddy. So like that's kind of cool to finally see like something really interesting with no quarter catch crew and possible breakup of the group at the same time.
I hope it's just Charlie, because I like Ren with those two and stuff, because she did really put in Miles' head like it's time for you to show who you are. And honestly, this Battle Royal really show a little bit who he is.
Yeah. You got other people showing up from like TNA and
you have the
Evolve
Walk with Elijah.
Yeah,
he got a good pop. I'm pretty sure he was emotional about that, because you never know how the crowd's gonna react.
Right. They chanted "Welcome Home" and
right.
He sang a little song as he walked to the ring and whatnot. Like
he basically came after Trick because Trick came after Joe Hendry.
Right.
He's like, I'm in this Battle Royal because I heard Trick is going in. So he says he's coming for revenge for Joe Hendry.
Yeah. So that was cool. who do you think were like the standouts in the battle royal?
They had some guy from LFG.
Yeah,
I can see if
that's
he
the guy
makes
that
it.
Undertaker's kind of endorsing.
I'm pretty sure.
Like
I can see him making it far because he already is a believable character to me. With the tooth, missing, and then he act a little. It's not he was. It's not like they make him power, unbeatable, but also he shows that he can be crazy.
yeah, yeah. I thought he had a good showing. Somebody I never heard of. I think his name is Joe Legacy.
I guess he was doing. He was fighting also against
Javon Evans.
Yes, that was a decent. I was like, yeah, I could see those two going at it.
Yeah, that was cool because like he lasted there towards the end. Miles Bourne.
Yes,
he was killing it.
To the point they call
Trick
him
was
baby,
doing pretty good too.
Baby Randy.
Yeah, Trick probably had the most eliminations, honestly, because he was like not taking out two at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Page and Sean Spears.
Those two was a
really
character.
I
like
really
the remaining four. They really you would have thought Javon Evans was gonna win.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like once it got down to even like to the last 10, I mean it was just like, okay, who's gonna win this thing? Because like you got people teaming up, then you got all of a sudden they let their guard down, boom, 2 eliminated.
You also have some people looking out for themselves. I know they had like Charlie was trying to call Miles Osborne to help him, and Miles just looked and then kept on because it's like every man for himself.
Exactly. Yeah, his head was in the game, and Charlie gets eliminated,
and
so
he
sad.
Just looked pissed. He's up to something.
Yeah,
most definitely.
But yeah, like when you end up having like these samples of like matches, like with like Javon Evans versus Joe Legacy, that was so good. Like that little bit of time that we had with them two going at it. Then you had Ethan Page and Sean Spears trying to, slow down Javon Evans, trying to stop him, but he's bouncy. I mean, he was pulling out all kind of crazy moves. Let me see. Then you had Miles Bourne would pop back up out of nowhere, like kind of really get back involved in the match. And like, I mean, the crowd was chanting Baby Randy. I mean, he was hitting these power slams out of like these, those quick snap power slams that Randy Orton does. Yeah, he did them to a few people in the match. I mean, it was. I love the final sequence of the match where you have Javon Evans getting eliminated by, who was it? Ethan Page that threw him out, or was it both Ethan Page and Sean Spears? Like they lifted him up and just tossed him over the ring,
and then
almost hit the announce table.
Sean Spears was trying to eliminate Ethan Page, but then Ethan Page thought he eliminated Sean Spears.
Right.
Then out of nowhere, Baby Randy hit a drop kick. That was a clean drop kick.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, that dude was so pumped when he won. Like he was. I mean, it was nice to see.
It's to the point I was like, you know what? If anyone should be next in line, it's that guy.
Yeah, and I mean, he cuts good promos. Like he'll get better at that.
Yeah,
he's got a good look. I mean, he reminds you of Randy Orton.
Yeah,
he moves like Randy Orton, but he's obviously younger. He's a little faster, etc. But like, yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Miles Bourne. And then Charlie Dempsey,
after the match,
like he was still looking upset. Like he wouldn't even come in and celebrate.
No.
Yeah.
But then, fast forward from that, you have a little segment with No Catch Crew, how they was celebrating, and Charlie's like, yeah, and then I'm going against Oba Femi.
All right, like he's supposed to just hand him his number one contender spot.
When that segment happened, it reminded me a little bit of Christian Cage.
Yeah.
And Nick Wayne.
Yeah. Like yeah, I got those vibes.
Yeah.
Especially where Charlie, he's supposed to be the leader of the group, so whatever he says goes. And he's the one used to carrying the trophy around, like, you know what I mean? So of course it's got to be him, and it's like, nah, not so fast.
Mm-hmm.
We get Oba Femi walks in.
Pretty much was congratulating Miles.
Yeah. He was like, I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
But congratulations. Charlie Dempsey's like, yeah, so I'll be challenging you now.
Right. You have Oba looking at him like he crazy.
But he's like, yo, but Miles won. So Miles ends up flipping it to where he tells Oba Femi what he'd been saying. He's like, he's gonna what did he say?
He was gonna beat him and stuff like that. Like an easy win. So you have Miles pretty much like hyping it up, talking about, well, how about you show me how it's done next week? So now you have Oba Femi versus Charlie.
Charlie's about to get destroyed.
This is gonna be interesting.
And I think this is what's gonna fuel him to turn on Miles.
Yeah.
To cost him title shot. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
I'm pretty sure.
But like, very interesting to see what happens between them two.
Right.
Next up, we got. I think we had like a backstage segment with Stephanie Vicker and and Lola Vice.
Yes.
So, I mean, in a nutshell, Lola's telling Stephanie that it doesn't matter who faces you out of the Giulia versus
Jordynne
Grace match later on. Like, you're basically. You got this, right? Stephanie's about to tell her something. Then they get interrupted by Giulia. Julia's like, hey, don't think I forgot. So, like, once I take care of Jordan, me and you, it's on. Yeah. But,
before that, before they got to the main event, we had a little vendetta of OTM. So now we know they're not going to be purged anytime soon. I'm pretty sure they're going to get a couple wins and stuff because they're probably going to be the one to take the belts off of Hank and Tank.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I got to see.
For some reason, I feel like they're going to try to make. Because remember, they got a title shot and they cut really nice video packages.
Yeah, they just sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
They actually sounded more convincing than they would normally.
Exactly.
They acknowledged that they were sloppy, that they were too aggressive and stuff. So, it's like, okay, refocus. I like how some of these groups that have been around for a little while, but they haven't really gotten a push or whatever. It's like they kind of starting to get the spotlight on them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another one of the groups. I'm curious to see how they're gonna do, like, attitude adjustment.
Because Sean Spears' family, he's still trying to get him a couple reps in before they start getting a couple wins in.
Yeah, the culling. Yeah, I already like that group.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely want to see more of them. As speaking of the culling, we get
backstage segment,
a little backstage segment with what's his name, Jensen Brooks or
yes, when his partner is basically going back to Japan.
Yeah, which I hate to see.
I feel like that's
super entertaining.
No, I feel like I don't know.
What you think gonna happen?
Because someone's gonna turn on someone.
I think he's supposed to be on his way back to Japan, and then his partner's getting jumped by the culling, and then he comes back out and gets this. This dude, he's destined to be like the ultimate babyface.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he's gonna come back in there, save him. Then that's gonna be a feud, and look, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm interested into that. But we also got another backstage segment, with Jordynne Grace saying how she's gonna win, and then she gets interrupted by Izzy Dane.
Oh my God! Like,
and
Izzy's
Lash
like how tall is
Jesus?
Izzy?
Izzy was tall,
and then Lash is tall, but she probably had some heels on or something.
I don't know, but they was some big people.
Oh my God!
I'm like
giants.
I'm like, yeah, I see y'all calling y'all shot, especially Lash. Now that she's basically able to be a single wrestler at this point.
Yeah. Like when they were doing that segment, I couldn't help but think, I'm like, man, now I know Jordan's strong and, bodybuilder, etc. But look, when Lash Legend was standing behind her, I just kept thinking, man, how are you ever gonna do like a German suplex on her or a suplex in general or a body
come
slam?
Up with it like a submission move.
Jesus, like, look, because Jordan's I think she's set up to take the belt off of Stephanie
Yeah,
Vaquer, okay,
I
and
think it's
send
her
her on her
time.
way to the main
Yeah.
roster. Giulia as well.
Yeah.
But when I saw that size difference, I was just like, Jesus, like Lash made her look like Rey Mysterio. It's gonna be real hard to believe when you see people like that next to her.
Next up, we had a singles match: Carmen versus Jada Parker. I don't want to get too deep into this match. It was a good match. Jada Parker won, and then after that, she ended up attacking Carmen, and then Thea tried to save her.
Yeah, good match. I guess it was more of a setup for a story between like Thea Hill and Carmen. Because I don't really see Jada continuing to be involved with them. I hope not, because Jada needs to keep the momentum, keep staying near the main event scene, upper mid card. So yeah, what we got? The main event, right?
Yeah, Jordynne Grace versus Giulia.
I like this match. I thought like this was this the first time they've ever fought?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the match was good. There's some scary spots though.
Oh my God! Like there was one where I thought Jordan completely dropped Giulia on her head.
Yes.
It reminded me of like the Owen Hart pile driver to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, it was close to something like that. It looked nasty. And somehow the match kept going.
Yeah, I was scared for Giulia. And then, whew, we had like Giulia was showing out.
In what way?
Like she was just dominant. She's really was showing people why she's called the beautiful madness.
Yeah, I need to see a little bit more from Giulia though. Like
yeah, I agree. Like that, the crowd was so behind Giulia, they didn't even care when Jordan won, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they wanted to see another match between Giulia and Stephanie Vaquer before Stephanie leaves NXT.
Yeah.
But instead, we got Jordynne Grace winning the match after a nice sequence of moves towards the end of the match, like some reversals and whatnot. And then ultimately, Jordynne Grace hit her with her finisher. 1, 2, 3. We got Jordynne Grace, the new #1 contender. And where are they fighting at? Is it Battleground? Next pay-per-view?
And during Memorial Day weekend. It makes me wonder, are they trying to put the belt on Jordan now, or they're going to wait till she does a character change? She's going to need to do something. Because it's like the match was decent, but the fan wasn't always behind Jordan. And they're supposed to be. They was behind Giulia.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm looking forward to the matchup between Stephanie and Jordynne Grace. The only thing is like I really don't feel like Jordan should beat Stephanie.
No.
It would have been I would prefer Giulia beat Stephanie if Stephanie's gonna drop the belt to anyone, and then Giulia can officially have like an actual title reign.
Right.
Because she ended up she got injured.
Yeah.
Before that match with Stephanie and Giulia. So yeah, it would have been nice to get the rematch.
Yeah, I would like to see that. We'll see where they go because they've been putting Giulia and Roxanne Perez on Raw lately. So I don't know if they're going to be going to the main event soon, but it could be possible.
Yeah. Well, I guess that would conclude the NXT review. This was a really good episode. Like if you missed it, I would definitely suggest going back and watching it. Specifically that Battle Royal. That was really good. But overall, the show for me, this was like 7 out of 10. Yeah. I think I said 4 out of 10, 3 or 4 out of 10 for Raw. And so that lets you know the difference right there.
Yeah, Raw wasn't really interesting to me.
Yeah, so we got AEW Dynamite, then Friday Night SmackDown.
And then soon we're also going to be doing the Battleground.
Yeah, NXT Battleground.
Possibly the main event.
Yeah.
And Backlash.
So, if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to the video. Hit the like button. Leave a comment or a few comments. Just let us know what if you did watch NXT, like what you think about it. Did you like the Battle Royal? What stood out in NXT this week for you? What are your thoughts on Giulia losing to Jordynne Grace, and what do you think she shows up at Battleground?
I hope so.
I feel like if Stephanie drops that belt, it's gonna be because of Giulia.
Yeah.
Giulia told her before she went out there, I haven't forgot about you and me. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you for listening.